Claude was already powerful at writing, planning, reasoning, and building ideas, but with Higsfield MCP connected, Claude can now actually work with media, images, videos, ads, and creative assets directly inside the workflow. And that's what I want to test in this video. I'm going to use Claude and Higsfield MCP to build a mini launch campaign for a fictional premium coffee brand called Veloro Coffee. We'll start with a simple media generation test, then move into a full workflow: campaign strategy, product visuals, a cinematic coffee video ad, landing page copy, and social captions. So this is not just another AI video generator demo. This is Claude acting like a creative production system. Let's see how good it really is. Before we jump into the workflow, let me quickly explain what Higsfield is, especially if you haven't used it before. Higsfield is an all-in-one AI creative platform for generating and working with media. You can use it for images, videos, audio, AI filmmaking, product visuals, marketing creatives, and full campaign assets. For filmmakers and creators, it works almost like an AI cinema studio. For brands and marketers, it also has a marketing studio where you can create ad-style content, product creatives, UGC-style videos, and campaign materials. Now that we know it's a broad creative platform, let's see how we can connect it with Claude. Inside Higsfield, you can see a separate MCP section in the navigation. If we open it, this is where Higsfield shows how the MCP connection works and which agent platforms it can connect with. Here we can see a few different options: Claude, OpenClaw, Hermes, and NemoClaw. So the idea is not limited only to Claude. The same Higsfield MCP endpoint can be used with different agent workflows. But for this video, we'll use Claude because it gives us a simple and clear way to test the creative workflow. To connect it, we open the Claude desktop app. If you don't have it installed yet, you can download and install Claude Desktop first, then continue with the setup. Inside Claude, we go to Customize, then open Connectors. As you can see, I already have Higsfield connected here, but let me still show you the process. We click the plus button, then choose Add Custom Connector. After that, we give it a name, in this case Higsfield, and paste the MCP server URL that we copy from the Higsfield platform. Then we click Add. After this step, Claude may ask for a quick authorization or sign-in confirmation. Once that's done, Higsfield is connected to Claude, and Claude can use the available Higsfield MCP tools directly inside the workflow. Now that the connector is ready, we can start with a small media generation test before moving into the full coffee campaign. Before we move into the full campaign, let's quickly clarify how we can use Claude here. Inside Claude, we have three main ways to work: chat, co-work, and code. The important thing is that Higsfield MCP can be used across these Claude workflows. For the main campaign workflow in this video, I'm going to use Claude Code. I want to create an actual project folder, generate media assets, organize them properly, and then build a landing page for the coffee brand. But before we go there, let's keep it simple and test Higsfield MCP directly inside chat. I'll ask Claude to use Higsfield MCP to generate one image. It is just a quick test to confirm that Claude can call Higsfield and create media from the conversation. As you can see, Claude first checks the model details and confirms the settings before starting the generation. Then it calls the Higsfield tool, and the request begins rendering inside the widget directly in the chat. So even in this simple example, we can already see the integration working in practice. Claude understands the request, uses Higsfield MCP, and starts generating the media asset for us. And now the generation is complete, and honestly, this is a very solid result for a first test directly inside Claude Chat. We now have a polished cinematic image created right here in the conversation, and we also get useful built-in options. We can animate it, download it, edit it, or recreate it if we want another variation. Now that the basic connection is clear, we can move into Claude Code because this is where the workflow becomes more practical. I already created and selected a fresh project folder called Veloro Campaign. This will be our working directory for the entire campaign. Instead of keeping everything as random outputs in a chat, we'll organize the project properly. So the first thing I want Claude Code to do is create a clean folder structure for this campaign and prepare the base files we'll use throughout the video. Here is the first prompt. This prompt is not asking Claude to generate the final campaign yet. It only prepares the workspace, creates the media and copy folders, and adds the starter files we'll need for the next steps. After running the prompt, Claude creates the basic project structure for us. Here, we can see that the main folders and starter files were created. The Assets folder for media, the Images and Videos folders for generated outputs, the References folder for extra materials, and the Copy folder for campaign text files. We can also open this same folder in VS Code to inspect the project structure more clearly. This makes it easier to read the .md files, check the folder organization, and later review the landing page files once we create them. Technically, we could continue the whole workflow directly inside VS Code as well, especially because Claude Code can work with project files and code. But I don't want to make this tutorial too technical or turn it into a coding-heavy setup. So for the main workflow, I'll continue working inside the Claude desktop app, and from time to time I'll show VS Code only when it helps us understand the project structure or review the files more clearly. Now that the workspace is ready, the next step is to give the project a clear direction. First, I want Claude to define the brand properly. Here is the prompt I'm going to use. This prompt gives Claude a clear planning task before we create any media. First, it asks Claude to write the campaign brief inside our existing copy campaignbrief.md file, so the brand has a defined positioning, audience, message, visual direction, tone, and benefits. After running the prompt, Claude finishes the planning step and creates the campaign brief inside our project folder. Here, we can see that Claude wrote a full campaign brief for Veloro Coffee, including the brand positioning, target audience, core campaign message, campaign angle, visual direction, tone, and key benefits. Then, below the campaign brief, Claude also created the media asset plan. This is useful because it tells us which assets we should generate next: a hero product shot, a ritual pour image, a desk scene, and packaging detail, and a few short video assets like a hero brand film, a ritual loop, and packaging reveal. Now we can move into image generation. For the first image generation step, I'll ask Claude to use Higsfield MCP and generate the key image assets from the media plan. I'll start with the most important visuals for the campaign: the hero product shot, the ritual pour shot, the desk scene, and the packaging detail. The prompt also defines the model, quality, aspect ratio, file names, and save location for each image. This is important because we want the visuals to become part of the actual project folder, not just separate generations floating in the chat. After the image generation step finishes, Claude confirms that all 4 images have been generated and saved inside our project. If we open the folder where we're saving the visuals, we can see that the image assets are now inside the Images folder. We have the hero product shot, the ritual pour image, the desk scene, and the packaging detail. Now that the visual foundation is ready, the next step is to generate the video assets for the campaign. So before we move into video generation, I'm going to use 2 generated images as product references. The first one is the hero product shot. The second one is the packaging detail image. Together, these 2 references give Claude and Higgsfield MCP both the full product context and the detailed packaging information. Instead of doing this as a separate step, I'll combine it with the first video generation prompt. Claude will first copy both images into the References folder and then use them as the visual references for the video. Now let's run this prompt and see what Claude generates. Once the generation is complete, we can open the Videos folder and check the result. This is a very strong first video result. The mood matches the campaign brief. It feels warm, calm, premium, and focused on the coffee ritual before work. Now that the main hero brand film is ready, I want to generate the remaining video assets as well. Here is the prompt. This prompt generates the remaining 2 video assets from the media plan. The remaining video assets are now ready, so let's take a look at them. Both of these came out really well. Together with the hero brand film, they give us a much stronger campaign asset set that we can later reuse for the landing page and other promotional materials. At this point, I don't want to jump straight into the landing page yet. First, I want to expand the campaign a little more. So the next step is to slightly update the brief and add another deliverable type, promotional posters. I want Claude to update the campaign plan so it also includes poster creatives and then generate 4 vertical ad posters for Veloro Coffee. For these posters, I want to keep using our 2 product reference images for consistency. We'll create the UGC ads after this. For now, let's focus on the brief update and the poster generation step. After the poster generation finishes, Claude creates a new posters folder and saves the promotional poster assets there. As you can see, we now have 4 poster creatives for the campaign. These came out really well. Now I want to add 2 more advertising formats to the campaign. The first one will be a hypermotion product ad. The second one will be a UGC style ad with a female model. For consistency, the hypermotion ad will use the Veloro Master Hero reference. The UGC ad will use both the selected model reference and the Veloro Master Hero reference. This way, the product identity stays consistent. Here's the prompt. This prompt creates both advertising formats in one step, but each one has a different creative purpose. So now I'm going to run the prompt and let Claude generate both ad videos. After the generation finishes, Claude creates a new ads folder and saves the 2 new ad videos there. Let's open the folder and take a look at the results.
I've been starting my mornings with Veloro Coffee, and honestly, it's become part of my routine. It tastes smooth, feels premium, and gives me the perfect start before work.
As you can see, we now have 2 new advertising assets, the Hypermotion product ad and the UGC model ad. Both of these turned out really strong. Now that the campaign assets are ready, I want to move to the final stage of the workflow, building the landing page. At this point, the goal is no longer just to generate separate assets. I want to turn everything into something more practical, a single-page informational landing page for Veloro Coffee. Before asking Claude to build the page, I want to install the front-end design skill. The reason is simple. I do not want Claude to generate just a basic HTML page. I want it to make stronger front-end design decisions, better layout, spacing, hierarchy, responsiveness, typography, and a more polished visual structure overall. Here is the prompt I'm going to use. This prompt does several connected things in one step. First, it asks Claude to install and use the front-end design skill, which is important because this final stage is not just about code, it's about making better design decisions. Then it creates a dedicated landing page folder, generates the extra visuals needed specifically for the website, expands the product range into multiple Veloro varieties, and finally builds the one-page site using all of that material. The landing page looks really good. It has a clean premium layout, a strong hero section, a soft cinematic color palette, and the generated visuals fit the brand very well. The model image works nicely in the hero section, and the coffee variety images make the page feel more like a real product brand instead of just a single concept. Of course, we could continue improving it, adding more sections, better animations, product pages, checkout flow, or a CMS, but as a first generated landing page, this is a strong result. The last thing I want to prepare is the social captions file. This final prompt doesn't generate more visuals. It completes the campaign from the copy side by preparing short social media text for the assets we already created. After the generation finishes, the social captions file is now ready as well. Let's open VS Code again and check the copy folder. As you can see, we now have socialcaptions.md inside the project along with the other campaign copy files. This file is useful because it prepares the distribution side of the campaign. It includes Instagram captions, TikTok captions, YouTube Shorts titles, X and LinkedIn post ideas, poster caption ideas, CTA variations, and a small hashtag set. And that completes the campaign workflow. If you want to try Higsfield MCP yourself, I'll leave the link in the description. If you found this video useful, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what kind of AI workflow you want me to test next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.